Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode, folks. Today in this episode, my plan is to go and tame that Ark Fjordur that I pretty much trapped some time back. My thought is I'm going to go and tame that at least as a way of starting out before it despawns. But before I do that, I'm going to go and have a look at these nests. I do have the Deinonychus spawning right next to me, so I think I want to check these out. It feels like sometimes the nests don't despawn. So I'm not really sure if these nests actually are like the Wyvern nests where they respawn with the respawning of the Deinonychus, or they're here all the time and when Deinonychus spawn, eggs spawn in them. I'm not really sure how these work, but I can't see. I think there's something here. So I'm just going to clear the trees out. Yeah, there's an egg. I know there's a Deinonychus right next to me. So right now, see if I can. Okay, it's a one. Oh, that's a 140. I want that. Okay, I could probably just about make it, but I want to see what that Deinonychus right there is doing. Let's quickly grab it. Get on my bird. There we go. And there we go, got an egg for me, so that is good. I'm happy with that. I really hate the fact that the Wyvern makes that noise. Okay, we still have some time on it before it spoils, which is nice. That's good, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that bleed is kind of annoying in that it does make that, the dino make that noise as it's ticking away, which is a bit annoying, but it does make you think that something's still hitting your creature. But it is what it is. It's part of the game. It didn't used to be like that. I don't know if it's a bug, if it's intended to be like that, but yeah, it's a bit noisy. Okay, so I'm making my way to where I sort of created the Giga Trap, which is where I sort of led that Ark Fjordur into the trench, so to call. So hopefully it should still be there. I've got plenty of items with me, hopefully more than enough to tame it, so we'll see what's what. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock it out and we'll put some food in its inventory. I think that's the way you tame it. I don't know, I haven't looked it up, but it's similar to a Giga in size, so I'm just going on that. I don't know what I'm doing. It's the first time I've seen that creature. And I'll just play it by ear. But if I get it wrong, I'm always going to look it up. I do want to tame it basically before it despawns. That's the plan. I don't know if I'm going to make much use of it. But it is a high level and it would be a shame to just destroy it. Huh, what's that? That's a horse. I'm always keeping an eye out for unicorns. So obviously Equus spawn. And I know unicorns are rare, so I'd like to try and get my hands on a unicorn if that ever does happen. But this is the trench here. Let's have a look. Okay. Yep, it's still there. That's fine. Good. So it does seem like my trap has held up and actually kept this creature here for many days, and I mean real life days, but I don't want to leave it much longer because I think, if I remember correctly, the game does tend to despawn creatures and respawn other creatures. I think that's the way it works. So with that said in mind, I'd like to try and get my hands on this. Let's try and gum up here for a bit. There we go, you can see a bit better. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to make the assumption here that this is somewhat similar to the Giga, with a lot of torpor and the torpidity depleting quickly. I was trying to check the level there, but I wasn't very lucky. I mean, it's gotta be the same thing, right? There we go. There's one to the face. There we go. Let's keep doing this. Now, what is nice this time around is I'm on the back of a Wyvern, so I'm less likely to be knocked off. So I feel a bit more courageous, a bit better, a bit more brave. do wonder though how many arrows it'll take me to take it down. Okay, come on then. Now what I could do with is a good position to see how much torpor it has. Alright, it's now torpor running, so I think it is at least. It's not biting the stuff, so it's torpor running, therefore it's going to go down quickly. There we go. Alright, we've knocked it off, and let's land next to it. I don't really want to be down there by myself. The safety of the Wyvern is tempting. So I'll try and position my Wyvern something like this. I don't want it to be too close to the creature's hitbox. I don't know. I'm very, very worried that things might fall in here with me. Yeah, it's unconscious. That's fine. Can't really see its torpor levels. Try to do this. Access your inventory. Give you this and starve you out. And we wait. Back out as well, just in case things go wrong. Huh. Taming bar hasn't yet popped up. Why? Interesting. Put food in inventory to tame. Well now. This is interesting. I think I might have messed up. This is what happens when you don't look stuff up. I wonder how many people will have shouted at me for doing it wrong right now. Right. So, obviously, mistakes were made. Whilst it shares spawn point with the Giganotosaurus and quite a few traits in terms of health, damage, and all that good stuff. Whoop, hello. It's down. Is it? No, right. I shot my Wyvern. That's okay. Yeah. So going back to what I was saying, yeah, I was doing that completely wrong. It's got a different taming mechanic. I don't even know why I thought of doing that. It's probably because I thought it was basically a Giga similar type of creature. But no, you have to do something else. You have to bring it dead animals to feed it. Basically, yeah, I know what I'm doing now, and so this is literally day 2 in real life because the torpor was going really slowly down. So I just basically logged out, did my stuff, went to work, came back, and so this is day 2. Now I am more read up on it. I know what is what, and it's up there. As you can see, I've also slightly modified the trap to actually fit for this type of taming. We've got some Andrewsarchuses there. I like to try and keep them alive because of the spoil timers. I'm getting different numbers and I don't really want the corpses to despawn. So with what I was saying before, the way I'm going to do this is I knock out all the creatures in the pit. I kill one at a time and then I basically drag them to his face. Now I don't really know how well this will work. I do wonder about the pillars in front of him, how he's going to accept those. I might have to put them right underneath him, which means there's higher chances of me getting bit. He, at the moment, just seems to be focused on trying to get out. I've got my demo gun with me just in case I need to make some modifications to the trap. Yeah, I might have to make some modifications. Interesting. Huh. Well, that's not what I had in mind. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, well, that's fine. It just means I'm going to have to put this thing right underneath it, and after, or by some method, I'm going to have to adjust the trap to kind of cater for this. Is he having it? Is this gonna work? I know this is the method. We basically drag the dead Andrewsarchus, but what I was trying to say before is I get the feeling, unless I have not really been paying properly attention, that some corpses tend to despawn quicker than others or something like that. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if I'm reading that wrong, but yeah, that's why I want to keep them tranked out until it's time to feed this thing. Now I've made sure that there aren't any piranhas around. Okay, is this gonna work? Ouch! He's eating it. Okay, that seems to have worked. Or was he trying to bite me? Yep, I think he's trying to bite me. Nope, that didn't work. Well, back to the drawing board. Okay, after several deaths, I've managed to modify the trap with him in there. It does seem to break the AI, him being locked up in there. But as you can see, I'm using dinosaur gateways, and he's now happier to eat. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But yeah, got a few deaths later. It seems to have worked. Luckily, I've kept the Bronto over here knocked out. And I've got quite a few Brontos I can chuck in here. There's plenty for me to throw in. Well, I say plenty in the sense of I'll just aggro them into this pitfall. They're not particularly fast. I do have my Wyvern with me. And yeah, I'm definitely going to build an outpost here with different goodies. We got another one here. And the good thing about this is I can always walk them back to the trap, bring some more, and just rinse and repeat until we get them tamed up. It doesn't seem to get too much taming from this, but we also are getting hit. So that seems to be affecting my taming effectiveness. This is my first Carcharodontosaurus, by the way, that I'm taming. So obviously, since I've been on my break for many years away from, well, not many years, but for about a year away from Ark, quite a few things have changed, including this creature being added. So, you know, it's a good learning curve. I'm not looking for maximum taming effectiveness. Okay, here we are. I think we're getting close. It's taking a while, but I've got a Carcharodontosaurus. Let me see. 216. That is not a bad level. Not a bad level at all. Absolutely not. I think it's 225 or 224. That would be the maximum level that I can achieve here on the server. So that's what, 8 levels lost. I'm happy. I'll take it. It's not something that I'm going to be using very often anyways. But yeah, I'm going to have to reset. Yeah, you can see all my dead bags. If you look under the water, all the times I died. It's fine though. It's no biggie. Things happen. It's a way to learn. And I wonder how many times and how many people just covered their faces thinking, oh my god, what are you doing, Sethum? Yeah, well, that's what happens when you try and take on a creature without actually looking into the creature, taming mechanics and all sort of stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna shut these gates because I will be reusing this trap quite a bit. There's a reason I placed it here. This is a spawn point for creatures. Okay, I'm back at base, so I've got my Carcharodontosaurus. Let me quickly have a look. Giga level 96, that's when I can have a saddle for that. Let's see, a Carcharodontosaurus 96. They both seem to be at 96, and yeah, less than 10 levels away. That's fine, I'll put this guy here in storage. The question is, will I learn the engram to make the saddle, or will I be lucky enough to find a saddle in a drop? I am going to be doing lots of drop hunting later on. I want to keep the Giga and the Carcharodontosaurus together. Who knows, I might actually look into breeding these things at some point in the future. That is definitely a tempting thought. But for now, there's something I want to show you guys. So, some changes have taken place to my base. As you can see, I have slightly expanded. We have a garden. I've done this off camera, worked with the pipes, and I've built a tower there. But yeah, I now have my own fruit and veggies, so this will be good for kibble. And we've got this little thing at the front as well, where I can actually store dinos right there in that corner, or do another thing. But I think I'm going to put another tower up eventually. At least that is the plan. Now, one thing I need to do is I need to go and fight some alphas just to get the trinkets off of them. You know what I mean? The trophies and stuff like that, because that will be a requirement for fighting bosses. So you know, it's time I slowly start making my way into that direction. So of course, whilst I'm looking around for alphas to fight, there's one right there. It doesn't really matter to me what it is. It's an alpha. If it glows in the dark, I'll take it. But what I was saying, I think what I'm going to be using though for the boss fights will be my favorite, and that is the Shadow Mains. They are ridiculously powerful. I love those creatures. There's another alpha right there. Now, of course, I want the runestones off these guys because we're going to be needing the runestones to fight the world bosses. Then the trophies, the things they drop to fight the, I believe, Broodmother, Megapithecus, and Dragon. And then the trophies from those to fight the final boss. So I do like the tier system. I think it's well cool. And of all the maps that Wildcard has put out, I think that Fjordur is one of the best maps because of its layering, both in terms, and tier system actually, both in terms of the world, as well as in terms of the boss battle. We have to fight quite a few bosses to get to the end boss, which makes sense to me, but I also like the fact that we have this giant mainland world, but then we also get another 4 realms to go to. It has a very good mix and variety of creatures, and we do also have the water biome, although the water biome is not as deep and rich as in other maps, so to speak. So I've dipped my toes a couple of times. I've seen mostly Megalodon, I've seen some other bits and pieces, but yeah, no big predators there as far as I've been able to see. Do you know what? I think what I'm going to do is, I've got this wyvern here, see if I can get my hands on some more eggs. It would definitely be useful to have multiple eggs at the ready, maybe another wyvern hatched. Now this was, I think if I remember correctly, that I'm riding, I hatched it, or the egg was at 170, which is good. So I'm looking for 170 or more. Levels do matter, and flyers generally tend to come with bad stamina, so obviously we'll be able to invest in stamina. Now, it's a good thing that wyverns are now breedable, so I'm looking forward to breeding some wyverns. And one of the thoughts I've been toying around with eventually later on is to breed dodos. Breed Ark's most powerful creature, the dodo, the mighty dodo. I think I might consider doing that, but I still have a bit of work to do before I set up the whole breeding side of the base. But for now, using this fire wyvern against other fire wyverns is very useful. Now these guys use a fire breath as a fire wyvern, or riding a fire wyvern so to speak, makes me immune to their fire. So the wyvern itself, being a fire wyvern, is immune to its own brethren's fire breath. Otherwise I'd be taking much more damage. Let me just get rid of the raw meat right now. I mean, yeah, do you want to be picking up the stuff that drops off of its brethren? That might come in useful. I'm not sure to what level, but I am a bit of a scavenger. I like to keep hold of everything that I can get my hands on, just on the principle of you never know when something's going to be useful. And normally I like to kill the wyverns, or as many wyverns in the trench, to encourage new respawn of eggs. And I could do this with disabling corpse harvesting, but I do want to use my wyvern for harvesting. I don't want to do it manually. This is not a safe place, so I'd much rather take it slow and just manually clear out the inventory. I don't think there's anything. Oh, there's an egg right there. Right, let's have a look. Area's clear. Should give me plenty of time. Okay, wyvern did not really want to land here. Let's have a look at you. Inspection time. Quality control time. Come on. 155. I'll take it. It's not one of the best eggs, but it's still a good egg. I might find uses for it. So I do have a wyvern flying to me. the spoil timer on this is generally good. I have been keeping up with the eggs and making them respawn regularly. So this is just one occasion that I'm showing this on camera, just so people can see what I do on when I'm not on camera. So this is one of the things I come here to do. Basically, kill off the wyverns, steal the eggs. The really bad ones I will eat. Although I should probably save, now that I think about it. I could use it for taming basilisks and stuff. So I might look at that. And this is the way I do it. I do always empty out the inventory. Well, not always, sometimes. But today, I feel like would be a good day to just farm some stuff, and we'll definitely be wanting the sulfur. That is one thing I'm after, as well as the talons and whatever else that could potentially be good. Now, normally, from what I have seen, because this Wyvern trench is not that big, what tends to happen is we get 1 to 2, sometimes on a really rare occasions we get 3 nests, which is good. That's 3 times the chances of getting a good level egg. Alright. Okay. So I like to fight on the ground. It's easier doing it on in the air, but I feel like fighting it on the ground. This was always my tactic since the very first days of Scorched Earth. Just basically biting and then moving backwards. Obviously, there's not a lot of space here, but it's the most effective way of landing hits on a wild wyvern, like you see there. Let's get rid of the raw prime. I will keep the raw meat because I'll cook that off. Let's see if I can get a hit on this guy. Nope, that was a miss. I can hear the footsteps of a carno. There we go. That'll do. Don't know where it is. Sounds... Oh, right. It's right underneath me. That's where it was. Right up my cloaca. Come on, carno. Get away. Alright, I remember the first time I spotted a Carnotaurus in the game. I was on the official servers. Definitely difficult to tame it, but how proud I was. It was the first time I was playing Ark. I was really proud that I tamed a Carnotaurus, which now I would not look at because it was not high level, but it was the first Carnotaurus I saw, so I was so proud that I had a Carnotaurus. I thought it was right powerful until I bumped into a T-Rex and realized that that's even more powerful. Oh yeah, good memories. I don't even know why that thought popped up in my head right now, but yeah. When I started out in Ark, I think I still have a couple of videos on the channel, although good luck finding them. Got thousands of videos since then, but yeah, everything felt like an achievement. I mean, everything still is because you're leveling up, but when you first do it, it's an achievement, especially when you get your first Carnotaurus. You want to show everybody, look what I tamed. And I remember on official servers, you had to wait like a madman. Took about half a day to tame a T-Rex. Don't know what the rates are like nowadays. I'm guessing they're probably the same. But yeah, definite achievement there. At least that's the way it felt. Okay, get rid of that. Get some height here. Let's have a look. So seeing as I'm going, I think there might be a nest there. Seeing as I'm going through the trouble of tediously taking out the creatures, I'm going to be very specific about, yep, there's a nest. I'll take that. Let's have a look. Actually, I am curious. Hold on a bit. I feel like I saw something. Wait. Wow. I'll take it. I will take it. Let me quickly check down this way. I'll come back for it. But I want to see what I'm up to, or have to do at least. Okay, I don't seem to have any more nests, so I'll take this egg, and I think that might upset some flyers around here, well, some wyverns, but that is a very good level. I'm happy with that. I've actually been quite lucky today. I've got 2 high level eggs. It makes a change from all the other bad eggs I got. Well, low level, they weren't bad, but I mean, it could be worse. You could have them despawn on you, which is so frustrating. It just the amount of times I've had a high level egg despawn on me, oh, that is so frustrating. Okay, that looks so cool. So I'm just flying around with these guys, just basically around the island, but that looks so nice having these guys chase you. It's like kind of cool. I like the way they chase you, but yeah, they're not able to bite me because I can outrun them, outfly them, so to speak. I'm faster than them, although they should be just as fast as me. But for some odd reason, wyverns don't know how to sprint fly. If that makes sense. Yeah, I guess they learned that ability when you tamed them. I guess it'd make them too fast. If they were able to sprint fly, it'd definitely make the wyverns too quick. But I just think it's kind of a nice scene. I like the way they flap their wings when they fly fast, or when they chase you. I think it's well done in terms of animation. Are these guys still following? I know I'm not being responsible. I'm leading these guys away, but they should drop aggro soon enough, and I'll deal with them if needed. So I found something right here. Look at this. You know how I was going on about not finding Ovis? Well, here it is. It's not a high level, but the fact that I managed to spot it before I got killed off by something else is definitely a good thing. So with that said in mind, I'm going to need to make some modifications to my base to include a cooking pot, and I'm going to need to make some kibble. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to go looking for potentially another one. It'd be nice if I could get my hands on another one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like these things are really rare. Maybe rarer than they intended to be, simply because of the area they spawn in, which is not a friendly area. I'll take some food with me just for good measure. But I'm going to do a flyby of the area, and I say area, I don't really mean surrounding area. We'll see what we find, if we find another one, but it'd be nice to find a mating pair so I can then have my own lamb chops. Okay, everything's been set up. I've got everything that I should need to make the sweet carrot cakes, I believe they're called, or something like that. Chuck all that in there. And as you can see, I've got 2 sheep wandering about. They are low level. The black one I had almost given up on, so we're going to need the honey. Managed to find everything that I need for it, which is good. I had to go running around looking for specific trees that yield the sap, but I did find that as well eventually. So let's get these cakes cooking. Now, on official servers, it took 1 cake. I'm thinking with my increased rates, it should be the same. Plus, these aren't max level anyway, so I'll just grab up a few more bits of these, choke them into there, and make as many of them as I can. The other thing I'd like to get my hands on would potentially be the acatinas. We could definitely be doing with a constant supply of acatina paste. There we go. We've got the sweet vegetable cake. Okay, why did I call it sweet carrot cake? Anyways, details, eh? So the good thing is this one's a female, the black one's a male, and I spotted it quite far away actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and move this guy inside. I think I'm going to call it a day here. The fact that I've tamed 2 creatures is good enough for me. I think I'm going to call it a day for now. But yeah, this is the male. So it's time to breed these guys. Yes, I know the levels aren't perfect, but it's not about levels. It's about the quality and stuff to give us. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll get these guys breeding. We'll try and get a bunch of these guys out. Grow them up. We have pretty much everything that we need in the base to actually grow these guys. And so we'll have plenty of baby sheep eventually. And obviously, they'll be cryopoded until they will be needed. For now, we just have to wait. So I'll probably just AFK a lot of stuff and come back when I need to feed the babies. You know, the usual routine. But it'll give me the mutton, which will be very useful both for taming as well as food. And yeah, I'm really happy about it. I tell you what, I'm doing this. We've got some megs right here that I'd like to look at. Maybe that one. No, hold on a bit. Let me put that so we're there. And I knew I had a 180. It's the only 180 that I have found since being on the server. I'm happy with that. Whilst I'm doing this, might as well check out another Wyvern egg. Why not? Okay. For a second there, I was like, oh, why is it 90? But no, it's 90 because that's my level. I'm the one that chucked it out. Okay, so we're about to get a baby sheep eventually. Wait for it. It's nice and quiet, isn't it? I do like the environmental sounds, the birds chirping. And any day now. In 2, 1, and poop a baby out. Yeah, oh, whoa. Oh, the animations. Okay, right. Well, you are a black Ovis. It doesn't really matter. You will serve a good purpose. 115. Why not? Nothing wrong with that. That's about to hatch. I do have some stuff in here. I'll take those. Where's the baby sheep? Alright, it's stuck under its mummy. Yeah, might have to move the female sheep. Okay, so this is what I've been up to so far. As you can see, we have quite a few sheep right here. More than a few. But that is good because I have quite a few females. So I'll save all the females and breed them back to a single male for mutton and cooked mutton whenever we need it. And I think that is basically me sorted with regards to the mutton, especially with how rare sheep are. What was it, Vulguero or something like that had sheep on it, but they weren't as rare as I feel that they are here. I could always find sheep if I needed it, whereas now, well, we're talking a different language. So with that in mind, it's best that I have a good supply of mutton. And so yeah, this is what these guys will serve. It sounds very crude, but this is Ark. This is the way the Ark gods intended it. And so we make use of the tools we are given. Simple as that. But that is pretty much it for this episode, folks. Thank you so much for clicking on it and choosing to spend your time with me. I really do appreciate it. Just to kind of let you know before I do finish off the outro, I will be working towards fighting the bosses. That is my intention. And then maybe after that I'll be doing some breeding and some other sorts of similar shenanigans. But yeah, as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.